Hi, everybody. Ricky here from Behind the Bars TV. And today's guest is Joshua, all the way from Australia. We'd just like to introduce yourself, Joshua.
Smart, they call me Smarty. I'm from Glebe in Sydney. I grew up in Glebe in Sydney, like in the city. Yeah, it was a bad area when I was younger. Probably made me the person I am today. Yeah, Glebe. Yeah, I was born in Glebe.
How old are you?
I'm 32 now.
32, yeah. So what was life like for you growing up?
Um, it was pretty hard. My dad was a criminal, shooting people, getting shot. Mum was a professional shoplifter. So pretty much I was just my family's all criminals, So I was, like getting raided as a kid. Going to Goulburn, being in houses, hiding out with my dad when the cops are chasing him, being his car chases, fucking everything.
All fun and games when you're a kid, huh?
Yeah, I was pretty scared, but
So what was your dad like then as a person? What sort of things did your dad get up to?
my dad, my dad is probably the only person I'm scared of in this world. My dad, just pretty much was a drug dealer, like shooting people. He shot himself. Yeah, court case is a pretty bad person, right?
Yeah.
Around the area, it's well known.
So what is the area like where you grew up? Is it like a neighborhood? Is it with
Yeah, it's like a ghetto. Like in Sydney, we've got three like real ghettos. It's like Redfern, Waterloo, and Glebe. Mainly Aboriginal, all different nationalities. Because I was white, I used to cop it from all the Aboriginal boys. So
right?
I used to be like 20 of them chasing me up the street, trying to fight me. So my dad would get me in the car and he'll drive me around. We'll get them all one by one and have a one-on-one fight. You know what I mean?
So a pretty rough neighborhood in there.
Yeah.
So had your dad spent a lot of time in prison then?
Yeah. Yeah. His min number's 114551, which in Sydney is really low. It's like a lifers number. Yeah, he's done it over 10 years or so, more maybe. But he's beat a lot of cases, which is good.
Yeah. So was this obviously like when you were younger, were you going to visit your dad in prison?
Yeah, I scared to Goulburn to visit him. This was a one of the baddest jails in Sydney, and yeah, they used to have the killing fields there. They used to have race wars and people getting stabbed to death in the yard. And so that the time he was in Goulburn was really in the 90s was probably the hardest times ever.
What's it called? Goulburn.
Goulburn, yeah,
Goulburn. All right. So is that one of the roughest jails over there? Is it?
yeah, because that's where Supermax is. That's where they keep all the like terrorists and all the when you're in Supermax, you know you've made it. Like
Aye.
you made it. We're not really made it, but you know what I mean.
You know you're a top dog if you're in the supermax.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was it like for you going in there? You must have been scared on the visits and stuff, were you, when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was pretty scared, but I was young. I don't really remember much when I was younger because I spent a lot of time in a hospital. I was like sick as a kid. I was in hospital like 8 years straight. I had a low immune system, lazy white cells, so everything that got me, I get sick. So like as you see, I had a scar there. Something was traveling in my brain to kill me. And so I spent like 8 years straight in a hospital as a kid. Because I
Yeah,
think
I
I
was
had
in
cancer or
hospital.
something as well, some weird disease or something.
So what age were you getting into trouble with the police?
Me just not talk really. All my charges is pretty much me not talking to police. My old man, one of my uncle stabbed my dad with a knife, so I went in the car and grabbed the club lock and wrapped it around his head, to stop it. And he decided to be a dog, and he went and told the police what happened. He got he sued me 50 grand. I went to jail for four. First offence, they gave me 2 years with four on top. First ever charge, never broke, straight to jail.
And how old were you then?
18, around 18. I was going to try for the Beijing Olympics of boxing, amateur boxing, and yeah, I couldn't do it because I got that done.
So what sentence did you get? You done 2 year or did you?
Yeah, I got the 2 years first offence. Like it's my first ever charge. They just put me straight in the jail. No warnings, no cautions, nothing. Straight to jail.
And what is it? Is it
Yeah.
young offender prisons? Is it called the young offenders over there or juveniles or
Sorry, but I couldn't hear the wind.
is it called young offenders, the prisons over there, for the 18-year-old?
Yeah, young offenders. Yeah, I went to young offenders. Fuck, shitting myself. A little eye on the boys there. A little when you're white in there, like 20 white guys would get sent to the boneyard. which is protection weekly, even the adult nukes. Yeah, there's all the islanders there, but all the islander boys are there looking through the fence, taking people's shoes off them. But I was lucky because I was from Glebe. We had like boys, all different nationalities, and no matter who you are, when you're from Glebe, we all stick together. There's maybe Aboriginal, Chinese, or whatever. So I had a few of them in there, and it was sweet.
So was it all gangs in the prisons over there, is it?
There's there is now. There's like a lot of gangs now, but like every nationality sticks together except for the white guys, you know.
Yeah.
So they just scatter around.
It's normally the case, isn't it?
It's very like it's. At the end of the day, there's so many younger boys in jail. They've been stood over here, so I send them in and go have a one-on-one with the guy. Win, lose, draw. He's going to respect you, and you're going to get your food taken off you. And when they do it, they're so proud of themselves. They're like, they didn't realize they could actually fight. You know, it's got to have a bit of heart. A lot of people don't have heart.
So I suppose with you were you doing boxing from a young age?
Yeah, I started when I was 14. I was having a one-on-one at the side of a pub in Glebe. I actually wasn't a one. I was 3-on-1. And that's Johnny Lewis. Do you know who Johnny Lewis is? The boxing
No.
trained Costa Zoo. He trained Costa Zoo, Jeff Fennick, all those world champion
All right,
boxers. The best trainer in Australia. He walked out there and he seen me fighting 3 blokes. He goes, come to the gym. So 3 months later, I had my first amateur fight.
Right, aye. Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
So how many fights did you have? Like amateurs?
I had 10 amateur fights for 10 wins. And I turned pro and I couldn't get any fights in Australia. It's like it's shitty, man. You got to pay pretty much to get on the program. I had Mark Buris as a sponsor as well. But yeah, I was getting ready for fights and it's people pulling out. I just had enough, and I couldn't travel to England or America because of my record.
Right.
So I gave it up.
So I suppose with you doing boxing from that age, when you went to prison, you know how to fight, so you could handle yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Like, because after that first prison stint, I was out for 10 months and I got shot. Me and my dad got shot. I got shot in the back and my dad got shot in the head and he got shot in the ass. Because I didn't tell the police who done it that day, I got locked up that morning. Refused bail. They threw me in jail. They gave me 5 years for not telling them who shot me.
5 years?
But,
Fucking
and the guy that shot me got 3.5 years. How's that work? The guy who shot me gets 3.5. I got 5. And he's on bail for 2 attempted murders and I couldn't get bail on my charge.
So what were they charging you with?
Conceal a serious indictable offence is like a bikie charge where if they think you have evidence of knowing who shot you, that means that they can charge you, you know?
That's crazy, that.
It's rubbish, bro.
So not only have you had been shot, you've been sent to prison.
Yeah, I've been shot. I've been stabbed in the face, macheted. I've been nail gunned. I've been attacked by red-nosed pit bulls. I've got scars everywhere, but I'm still alive. I'm like a cat. I've got 9 lives. I've been beveled. I've been beveled as well in jail, like a sandwich maker. Someone smashed my head in there.
Fucking hell. So did your dad get jailed as well when you got the jail for that?
Yeah, we were co-offenders. We were together. Yeah, he got 5. I got 4. But I even charged my mum for just being there with my uncle. My uncle's not with us anymore.
Were you in the prison with your dad? You were in prison with your dad?
Yeah, he was my next door neighbour. He was my next door neighbour in one of the jails, and we were going home on weekend release every week. But I stuffed it up because I got caught at the casino on high reading of cocaine at a table at a nightclub. I was supposed to be at home.
So what was it like being in prison with your dad?
Oh, he's annoying. It was annoying. He done my head in, you know. Like, yeah, your dad, you can't be. I used to cook and he'd be like the dishwasher, you know. But yeah,
The only reason I'm asking because I was in prison with my dad as well.
Yeah.
We were both on the same wing together.
Yeah. Yeah. We couldn't live in the same cell, but we're next door neighbours.
So when you were 18 and you got out of prison after that time, what happened when you got out? Did it make you worse when you had your first experience with prison?
Yeah, it's prison stuff. It ruins you mentally. Like, I'm institutionalized now, and like they never really gave me a chance. The system's let me down. Like I yelled at someone last month, and I got 7 months jail for yelling at someone. Just yelling. I could piss on the street or something. I'd get 10 years. They just hate me and my family, the police. Yeah.
No,
I've done over 10 years jail.
You've done over 10 years, and how old are you? 32. Fucking hell. You've spent more than like a third of your life in prison.
Yeah, and then other than that, then the hospital as well. Like,
All
I've
right.
been in the hospital for pain for all of my whole life has been pretty much pain. Yeah.
Did you get much trouble when you were in prison? Then?
Yeah. Well, the first time I didn't, but the second time I did because of the shooting. I was in the papers. Someone put money on my head to get this gang called the OC to get me. So me and one of the guys went in the cell. They said, "Come in the cell. We're going to jump you." So I went in the cell. I had a one on him. I got him. Next thing I walk out, they got three of them with the sandwich maker, smashing my head in with it. I got taken out in a stretcher.
Fucking
And
hell.
then I got out of hospital. And then I ended up seeing the guy get in the other cells on the escort. I walked up to him, tried to shake me out. I just got him again, you know. But now I'm at like big dramas with him now. So wherever I go, jails, we can't associate.
Aye. Oh, no good is it?
But yeah, the guy who got them to get me didn't even pay them. So they're dirty on him now. Because I was in the newspaper and I was on the news. I don't know, people get jealous and they think it's tough or something. So they want to be like, to start. But
I've
yeah, because of the shooting, I had people coming up to me, "Oh, you Josh Smart, we're having a one-on-one," because they knew the guy that shot me. But I've been in yards and the whole yard was against me. I walk at laps just waiting for them to turn, you know. Got the whole yard against me. I just never ever would ever go to protection or bail. The only way they get me there is in a body bag.
it must have been a horrible feeling that they were walking around the yard knowing at any time it's going to go off.
Especially, I knew the boys as well from the area, and I thought maybe because I bashed them as a kid, like they're all ganging up on me now to get me back, you know. But yeah, I was doing laps, and I got one of the boys goes, "They're going to stab you." So I said, "Oh, ready for whatever, you know, if it happens, happens." Every day, 3 days straight, I was sitting there, no one talking to me, like I was a sex offender or something, you know. Someone made a rumor up that I was in for bashing a chick or something, but I was only in for not being a dog, again, not telling them who shot me.
Aye.
So they all turned on me.
So you sound like a man who's got morals and loyalties and you stick by them, innit? Whatever it takes.
Yeah. For me, I got one mate out here at the moment, or two mates. Sorry, I got my mate Will and I got my mate Murchie, and all the other boys are associates. I just kick back one out. I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's ugly, ugly. You lose all your mates after 10 years jail. They all got kids, wives. I've got nothing because of the jail, you know. It's fucked.
So all the prisons you've been in, have they all been in Sydney or anywhere else?
Yeah, yeah, Sydney. Bathurst would probably be the worst one I was been to. I done 2 years at Bathurst in the Maxo there. It's like it's old 1800s jail. Cunts walking around with toothbrushes hanging out of their face. Someone's just tapping in your face.
And which prison was that?
Bathurst.
Bathurst.
Oh, no TVs there. So I went there 3, 4 months, no TV. I was just in our old cell.
Aye. Oh, is it like an old prison, that one?
Oh, it's yeah, really old. Where my cell was, where they used to drop the people get hanged. They drop the bottom of it.
Right. Yeah, we just had a little bit of a technical problem there, but we're back. But yeah, what I was saying was, what was the prisons like in Sydney? I think I was up to.
Right, jail in Australia, like jail in Sydney now. When I went in, it's nothing, man.
Is there, is there many drugs in the prisons over there?
Oh, there's heaps, bro. You got everything there, heroin, ice. They have this little, like, I don't know if you guys have got it in England, this little strip called Butte. We call it Butte. It's like orange.
All right.
And they give it to junkies when they're coming off heroin. And that's a big deal in there. Like, they can go for $1,000. It's like $10 out here. It goes for $1,000 in prison.
I think that's called subbies over here. Is that the buprenorphine?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, is it, what do you call it?
Subbies.
Oh, yeah? Is it? Yeah. Bro, what? People have been killed over here for this stuff, you know?
Aye, for fucking hell. But that's what over here when people put hits on people in the prisons, obviously they compare them with subbies. Did you say they've got like ice in the prison as well over there?
Yeah, it's a lot of ice. It's like, this COVID, I was in there the last 3 years. I've been in jail. The last 3 years, even I got out this year in July. Because of COVID, there's no visits, so they're going crazy in there, the boys. You know, there's been no visits, no drugs. There's been ways of getting it in, but it's just COVID's ruined the jail system.
So ice, that's like keeps you up, doesn't it? Like keeps you like whiz,
Yeah.
like amphetamines. You wouldn't want to take
It's,
them,
just,
would you?
it's like getting on coke, but just not sleep. It lasts longer, and it's like you don't sleep
Oh, well,
for a couple of days.
it's not something you want to take in prison, is it?
Not that's what I thought to the boys. No, you don't relax, you know. Just make some weed or something, kick back.
Make it sound twice as long, won't it?
Yeah.
So was it, I don't know if you've seen the last podcast I've done with Rick. He was from Melbourne.
No, I didn't see it.
I done a podcast with him, and he was telling us about the prisons in Melbourne. Is Sydney far from Melbourne?
It's like 9 hours in a
Is it?
car.
Did they ever
Yeah.
send prisoners from Sydney over to Melbourne?
Yeah, they extradite people if you want it in that state. Like, yeah, they send. They don't get like say you've done it in New South Wales, you got to do your time in New South Wales.
Right.
Yeah, but if you've done crimes in Melbourne, they'll send you back to.
I imagine, obviously, if you got into trouble in the prisons, they'll probably to get rid of you, they'll send you to Melbourne, do
No, not like that. You just go to Segro.
they?
Oh,
Right.
I was on a behaviour management contract for bashing people. It's like a little contract where you're supposed to can't do combat and stuff like that. But yeah, like I was on one of those, and they take you off your phone, they take you off your phone calls, and you're just locked in a room, Segro for
Yeah.
so long. Done nearly 2 years Segro by fighting in there.
So, are
No
you
TVs, you just talk to yourself, and there's you end up going mental.
crazy?
But it makes you stronger, It makes you so much stronger
Oh,
as a person.
I bet it does. What doesn't kill you
Like,
makes you
so,
stronger.
yeah, like, but everything I think I take it as an experience, like everything I take it as an experience. Sorry, it's really hot here, eh? It's boiling in Sydney.
Is it?
I don't even know what I'm going to jump on.
Starting to
I
sweat.
would have got a haircut if I remembered
So I've seen a few articles in the newspapers about you and stuff. Obviously, you must be like well known over there in the papers and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, the papers, the papers, they always have they always make, oh, want to be boxer, like Romeo.
Aye.
Romeo's been done with a gun down Romeo. Always, this the idiots called me Romeo. I don't know why they called me Romeo.
I've seen that.
Oh, I covered people, Romeo.
So from the age of 18, obviously you've done your first sentence where you're just in and out for the next 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Because I was out for 10 months, got 5 years, and then I was out. As long as I was out for maybe a year, it's pretty much been in jail every year. Once you get a min number, that's it. That's it.
Aye. What was your longest sentence?
The 5 years.
5 years. And did you do the full 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you like when you came out after that? Did you change your mindset when you were in prison, or did you just feel the same?
So you realize these guys, I don't know if you're going to do deliberately, the system deliberately put you out there. As you're getting back to normal, they break you back in.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the systems that now, like, I'm going to go back in now again. Something ridiculous. Someone sent a phone to someone shouldn't have. That's it. And it wasn't me. And now I'm going to go back in for that. Like, they want to put me in jail for that. Like last year, I yelled at someone who got 7 months for intimidation and communist assault, having an argument.
How long have you got left on your license now then?
My parole finishes in December the 24th, just the day before Christmas.
So will you have to serve your time up until then, and then does that mean you're?
That's the thing that the police say it's allegations, but they got TRD running into my nan's house and stuff like, and going around to different places. It's like I've been out for every time I get out the last month or two, I probably put me back in for something stupid, and it's mentally stuffing me up mentally. So I can't get normal or feel normal.
So going back to like the prisons and stuff, who's like the hierarchy out of the gangs in the prisons?
Yeah, Brothers in Arms, it's Aboriginal gang, and the Aboriginals run the jail system.
Do they?
Yeah, they're good fighters. I've got Aboriginal with me, but because I'm white, wasn't accepted. Like, imagine being Aboriginal and not being able to learn your culture and stuff because you're white. If you're white, you can't fight. Because my family's from Kiara, you know what I mean? I'm white. That's how most of the Koreans look these days. But I'm with the Korean boys in jail, and the main guy, like Ralph Quinlan, and he ended up making me a godfather of his son. And he's like high up in there, so 20, 30 years, Yeah.
So were you in any gangs on the streets?
Yeah, I've been in Asian gangs, I've been in graffiti gangs, bikie gangs.
Have you got any like family connections that's big in the game, like big into?
Yeah, I've got family members that are in the Comancheros, bikies. I've got family that was in the Rebels, bikies. And yeah, I'm close with a lot of the Bloodline boys. It's a new gang in Australia, like any of those big, these all big boys' names like jail, done big time, and they're a real serious gang, you know. They fight the OC, so I like them boys because I don't like the outcasts because they hit the rebel, you know. So I like the bloodline boys better.
When you sent us the newspaper article about, was it your cousin that got brought back from Turkey?
Yeah. But
And
extradited.
and what was he wanted for? He was wanted for, I read up on it, was it?
Drugs, Aussie cartel, what they call it.
I read
Aussie
something about,
cartel, they're worth $1 billion or something.
I read something that brought him back because he got something to do with 160 million pounds worth of coke importation.
Yeah, he's in Melbourne at the moment. They got him in Melbourne.
So what
Yeah,
sort?
he got and they went in for a murder. They went in for a murder in Sydney as well.
Oh, right.
He's the world leader of the Comancheros.
Is he?
Yeah, they call him the commander of the world.
Right, all right. So I'd imagine he's going to be getting a big sentence.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably life.
When they get life in Australia, obviously, what sort of tariff do they set?
No, that's it. You stay in jail forever.
Oh, is it? Is it like life without parole?
Nah, you don't get out. You get once you get the stamp. Oh, yeah, life is 24 years, but then there's the stamp. The stamp is like never to be released.
Right.
Three boys that got it in jail. Yeah, the stamp.
Never to be released, huh?
Yeah, it was hard for me because I had 2 months ago and classification put me as a big bashing people sentence. Well, there's a guy that had drugs. If he's doing 28 years or whatever, he's going to die now. He's going to stab me. What's he going to do? You know, it's a bit nervous.
Did you witness any murders in prison?
Um, I've seen stabbings. I've seen Bradleys. I've seen people die before. Like I've seen people die. Because I've been shot, man. I've seen people get stabbed to death in the street in like directly. I've witnessed heaps of murders. That's why I see a forensic psychologist, there's normal psychologists, Relations Australia. Because it catches up with you in the end, all this stuff, you know. Mentally, yeah. I got PTSD now. If someone bangs, I'll jump. Today, my mate done a balloon, I nearly jumped out the window. So before I'm getting shot at.
Oh, I'll let you see him, like you just mentioned. I bet your mental health must be really suffering now.
I look at that. Yeah, it's really stuff to throw. I kept moving because I'm nervous, but I hate having my back to not against the wall.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know if someone's going to come from behind. Yeah, that's why I keep like that to see the reflection. It's institutionalized. I do that sometimes in my room. I just walk up and down in my mind.
So do you open up about your mental health and talk about with your friends and stuff, or is it something you keep to yourself?
A lot of my friends they ask me how my mental health is, and if it's in certain ways, they go, "Oh, your mental health, I don't want to hang out with you because they think I'm a psychopath." People look at me just as a pretty boy, but yeah, it's a bad thing, you know. I ended up getting on ice after this girl faked the pregnancy to me. Told me she had my kid all the way 9 months, fake ultrasounds from Google, had the stomach, and went to get to the baby, have the baby. I was out there for 6 hours. I got caught in. They said that my son's heart stopped cheating. The hospital couldn't tell me what was going on. It was a fake pregnancy. She had no baby. And it stuffed me up, man. I started smoking ice. And yeah, I started going around just running on my pistol and running off there, just doing ridiculous stuff. And everyone hears my name in the area, they won't let me go to their house. They think I'm going to do something to them. So that's why I haven't got many friends. A lot of people scared.
So how long were you on the ice for?
2 years.
Was it like every day?
Oh, not every day. It's like I'll go out to the pub, get on the run, and then that'd be my next thing to do. I used to numb the pain, you know, but then I realised that's not the way to do it. It makes it worse.
So how were you taking the ice? Because I know you can smoke it, or is it like sniff it, or
No, it's smoking it.
smoking it, all right. It's highly addictive, isn't it?
Hey?
It's highly addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really, bro, because you don't really hang out from it. It's not like heroin where you have heroin. You don't have it, you get sick. Like,
right.
It's not this. It's like the bad drug at the moment. It's like, have you heard of like G? You got G over there, the drink?
What's it
It's
called?
like a date break. We call it G here. It's like a liquid.
Oh,
You put in like in a you drink it, you know, and it makes you feel a bit weird.
Maybe is it
Yeah.
GHB? I think it might be called here.
GBH or something, so yeah, something like that.
GHB, aye, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everyone's getting on here.
So what are you doing at the moment? Then what's life like for you now?
Oh, man, well, I'm actually on the run. I'm not going to worry out for the rest. So I'm staying home till the hotel. My mate gets sentenced tomorrow. If he goes in, I'm just going to go hand myself in tomorrow. That's why I've done the podcast, just in case I didn't get to do it before I go.
So are you obviously you'll not be doing any training at the minute now, are you?
Oh, I've done some pads with my mate earlier. I hold pads for one of
Right.
the boys.
Keeping
Yeah.
yourself fit.
I miss boxing so much, man. I wish I could go back. It's like medication for me. I have no issues when I do boxing.
Did you go back to boxing when you got out of prison?
Yeah, I went back and turned pro and just couldn't get a fight. Man. I got sick of it. Mentally, I got over it. 5 fights I trained for, 5 pull-outs. It's hard work to get ready for a fight.
Yeah. Do you wish things had turned out different where you'd went down the straight route and went into boxing properly?
Oh, a lot of regrets. I was playing rugby league for the Roosters on a contract. I left that for boxing. I was told I was going to be a world champion. I left school in like year 9 for just to focus on boxing. Yeah, I wish I had got an education. I wish that. I know people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter if your parents are criminals or your family's criminals. You got a chance," but really, I didn't have a good chance of a shot of life. You know, like I wanted to be a lawyer or a real estate agent. I hate this lifestyle. I hate it. People think it's tough. They're gangsters, or I hate it. Like it's ugly. I watch my back every day. Like it's fucked up. Mentally, I'm stuff. I hear voices sometimes. Like people that have been hurt in the past. It's ugly. It's ugly,
Like
man.
seeing some people think it's glamorous, don't they? Or going to prison, be the hard man, but they
Yeah.
don't realise what
But
comes with it.
wait till you got your dad in his hands with a bullet, massive hole in his head, you know? Or wait till you've seen someone stab that much in their neck, there's blood's going out of their neck. Or, you know what I mean? Just like, that stuff, it's all funny games there, but eventually it all catches up with you. I mean, like, it catches up with you. Everything catches up.
So where's your dad at now? Is your dad still alive?
Yeah, he's actually out on the drink tonight at the pub.
Aye.
He's normal still. He just can't,
What?
because the bullet hit him in the ass, it took his manhood, he can't have sex because the bullet exploded in his prostate. So I feel guilty because they come from me. People like he jumped in the way, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel guilty, and yeah, I think that maybe one day then people will get their karma, you know.
Is your dad still into crime now? Is he leaving
He's,
the
he's,
country? Like,
he's tough. He's really stuffed, bro. Like he I don't know, he's just because he used to can't wear the clothes he wanted to wear, and yeah, he's mentally stuffed. Like from the he's got a lodge in the brain.
has he?
He still goes out drinking 3 times a week. He gets on the coke still 3 times a week.
He still likes a session. How old is
Yeah,
he now?
when I was yeah, he's I don't even know, he's what 50 maybe something, nearly 60 probably. Yeah, like my mom had me when she was like 17. My dad was like 10 years older than her. So my dad gave me my first line of coke when I went out club with him, and then we had all in raw. And it was my 5 days. My drinking partner was my old man. We used to
How
just
old
drink
were you
every
when you had
weekend.
your first? How old were you when you had your first line of coke? Did you say?
18.
Oh, off your dad.
Yeah, I G'd him up and said, "Yeah, I've had it before." And I was going around kissing everyone. I was just an idiot. It was the best night of my life. Just kissed everyone. I think some guy goes, "You gay, mate?"
Again, it's good at the time, isn't it? When you're that age, but when you get to our age, it affects your mental health, doesn't it?
I don't touch it. I get paranoid. If I touch it, I'll be in the house locked in, the windows.
Oh, no, it's not good, is it? But, Smarty, is there anything else you would like to add to this?
Just sorry I wasn't more prepared, but it's just because of the circumstances I'm on the run.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have rocked up half tanked either. As you see, I'm straight up half tanked.
Right. But I'll finish my podcast by saying this. I ask everyone that I interview, I say at the end, like, what would you say to the youngsters now going down the route you went down, going off the rails, leading a life of crime? What would you say to them to try and deter them?
Um, Stop now while you're young. You still got your life ahead of you. Like you don't want. Once you get in jail, you stuck. You get that number. You're stuck. Like it's you don't want to be. It's like, at the end of the day, you either end up dead or in jail for this lifestyle. It's ugly. What do you get out of it? Like nothing. Look at me. I'm 32. I've got no house. Got no missus. No kids. I've got no savings. Got no nothing. My mates have no businesses. I've got nothing. How depressing is that? Like, you're 32 and you've achieved nothing because I've done this job. I don't even know how to drive a car. No one ever taught me. Like, I've missed out on all the best parts of my life, nightclub, anything like that. I was in a jail, so you know, I wish I could. Once you that years, it's up. You never get that time back. You only live once. And then once you're gone, you're gone. You know.
Exactly right. Exactly bang on what you've said there. But even for yourself, though, it's never too late.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I just feel like I just feel like it's just like give me a break. Like, yeah, like I'm getting really angry about it. You know, like it's meant to. It's always I get paranoid because the cops have harassed me my whole life. You know, I used to watch my dad come out of police stations, all blood all over him, and they've smashed him up the phone book. So they used to raid us. He was just charging him and they tasered him and he's punching on. Like it's just me and the police. We just hate each other.
Well, hopefully, one day you can find happiness and settle down and have a good life for yourself.
Mate, every girl I get with is crazy. Every girl I get with is crazy. I don't know if it's me sending crazy. I don't know what it is. I want to see someone about it. Yeah,
You might
the
find it.
mental one.
There'll be a good one out there somewhere for you.
Yeah, every girl's on my
But we're going to leave that one there for now, people. Hey, thanks very much for the interview, Smarty.
So good. Thanks for having me, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.